With COVID causing constant cancellations and rendering a whole heap of matchups infeasible, many martial artists struggled to see action at all, much less distinguish themselves from their compatriots. Still, a few managed to pull it off, so join us as we check out 2020's top 10 fighters of the year. Number 10. Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira has long been one of the most underrated fighters on the UFC roster. My opinion on that is that it's due to his issues with the scale when he was a featherweight. But since moving back to 155 pounds, no one can deny the emergence of Bronx, and in 2020, it was back-to-back big wins for the Brazilian, who turned back Kevin Lee and Tony Ferguson in a year to remember. Number 9. Gilbert Burns. Another fighter who could have been sitting on top of this list with a championship belt around his waist is Gilbert Burns, who parlayed impressive wins over Demian, Maia, and Tyron Woodley this year into a shot at Kamaru Usman's welterweight crown before that wonderful 2020 luck intervened. Now waiting for a rescheduled date with the Nigerian Nightmare, Burns has every intention of kicking off 2021 by winning a title. Number 8. Brandon Moreno. Brandon Moreno nearly took the top spot this year after a pair of wins over Jussier Formiga and Brandon Royval, was topped by an epic 5-round draw with flyweight champion Deiveson Figueiredo in December. A win would have made history for the Assassin Baby, as he would have become the first Mexico native to take UFC gold, but I'm sure Moreno will be back in the title mix in 2021, as he has to have a rematch with Figueiredo. Number 7. Jan Blachowicz. Going 2-4 to start his UFC career, it didn't look like Jan Blachowicz was going to one day wear a championship belt around his waist. But after that rough beginning, the Poland native went 8-1, with the two most recent victories being a February knockout of Corey Anderson in a rematch of their 2015 bout, and a September stoppage of Dominic Reyes that earned him the vacant UFC light heavyweight crown. The victory over Reyes was a shining example of what happens when you keep pushing through the bad times and continue to chase your goals. Number 6. Israel Atazanya. It should tell you what kind of year 2020 was when the middleweight king beats two scary challengers and is at the number 6 spot. That's probably due to his tactical win over Yoel Romero in March, which didn't exactly set the world on fire, but hey, it does take two to tango. And once September rolled around, the man on the cover of EA Sports UFC 4 video game put on a video game-esque performance in halting previously unbeaten Paulo Costa in less than 2 rounds. Before we finish the video, if you enjoyed this content, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get the latest videos from MMA on the go. Number 5. Khaos Williams. Although he suffered his first octagon defeat at UFC Vegas 17, Khaos Williams lived up to his first name in his first year with the company. On super short notice, the Ox fighter took on Alex Moreno, who had won his previous 3 fights, in his promotional debut at UFC 247. Williams put Moreno away in just 27 seconds to pick up his first UFC win and earn a performance bonus. It took 9 months for Williams to make his sophomore appearance, but he left a lasting impression when he faced fellow knockout artist Abdul Razak Al Hassan at UFC Vegas 14. A right hand landed 30 seconds into the fight and Williams was once again standing in the winner's circle with an extra $50,000 in his bank account. Number 4. Joaquin Buckley. Sure, the August Octagon debut of Joaquin Buckley was one he'd like to forget. But did he ever put a stamp on 2020? After his knockout loss to Holland at UFC Vegas 6, New Mansa made his sophomore UFC appearance on Fight Island against an undefeated prospect in Impa Kasangane. The spinning back kick he pulled off that night will be shown in every highlight reel until the end of time, and it was the winner for MMA Fighting's Knockout of the Year. The finish also made Buckley the most discussed story of the week despite an incredible KO by Corey Sandhagen against Marlon Moraes in the main event of that card. Number 3. Komzat Shimaev. From his short notice octagon debut to his potential title eliminator, Komzat Shimaev has made his presence felt in a big way in 2020. Boers joined the UFC in July and absolutely tore through John Phillips and Rhys McKeon back-to-back bouts to become the star of Fight Island. As Shimaev's star rose, he found himself double-booked against Gerald Meerschaert and Demian Maia. In one of the biggest "you've got to be kidding me" moments of the year, Chimaev was standing over and knocked out Meerschaert just 17 seconds and 1 punch into the co-main event of UFC Vegas 11. Number 2, Kevin Holland. Holland managed to go 5-0 in 2020. While that number is impressive on its own, people forget that 4 of his wins, starting with a knockout of Joaquin Buckley, happened between August 8 and December 12. As fun as Holland has been throughout the year, he became a legitimate threat to the middleweight title when he knocked out Ronaldo Jacare Souza at UFC 256. While the year-end award season may end with a bunch of silver medals, all eyes are upon Holland heading into 2021. Whether he ends the year with 10 fights under his belt or possibly gets a title shot, neither seems impossible. The number 1 spot goes to Deiveson Figueiredo. It wasn't too long ago that fight fans wondered if the UFC's flyweight division was going to be a thing of the past. But fast forward, and as 2021 approaches, the 125-pounders are in a better position than ever. There are a host of intriguing contenders and prospects, and the man ruling the weight class, Brazil's Deiveson Figueiredo, has the potential to dominate the class and is the pick for 2020 Fighter of the Year. Beginning the year with a stoppage of Joseph Benavidez that would have earned him the vacant flyweight crown if he had made weight for the February bout, Figueiredo instead got his belt 5 months later by finishing Benavidez a second time. Then came a first-round submission of Alex Perez, and Figueiredo ended the year with a Fight of the Year draw with Brandon Moreno. Well done, Mr. F. Well done.